So what's going on YouTube and all you gals and guys out there? Today what I'm going to be doing is a product review. Most of y'all who have tuned in know that I'm working on a 1968 El Camino. So I did a lot of body work to this vehicle. To ensure that that body work and everything else lasts, what I'm going to be doing is sealing it all in. And the best thing to do that is epoxy primer. What I got to seal it in was from Eastwood. And a lot of you guys know this company. And I've never used this company before because it's always been, too high end for me. I do not spend my money on this stuff, but I figured, hey, I'd bite the bullet and I would buy this expensive epoxy primer to see if it's actually worth it. So what we're going to be doing today is just a product review on how hard this stuff gets and how good of a sealer it is. If y'all are interested in this to see how well this Eastwood epoxy primer holds up, stay tuned. Let's bust into this box. As you can see, it's already open because, I couldn't help myself. I had to make sure everything was there when I, ordered it. But now, they do ship very fast. This company, I got this stuff. I got this box within like 48 hours. I threw in this gun, so I guess it's a 2-in-1 video. I'm going to be doing a review on this cheap old Harbor Freight gun. Epoxy primer is thick, heavy, and yeah. So I didn't want to ruin one of my good guns. So we're just going to be using this bottom fed gun as a priming gun. Should be good enough. But yeah, let's bust into it. We've got your gallon of epoxy primer. Alright, so in a kit, this is what y'all are going to get. You're going to get a gallon of part A and a gallon of part B. This is a 1-to-1 mix ratio, and yeah, it's an epoxy, so if you want to reduce it, you don't want to use lacquer or anything like that. I'm pretty positive that you use urethane reducer, but being that it's a part 1-to-1 mix ratio, you shouldn't have to reduce this stuff. This is pretty thin, so you're doing 50-50. It should be pretty sprayable. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna get this stuff mixed up and we're gonna get to spraying it. Alright guys, so first impression on this Eastwood epoxy primer. Look, you're gonna have to take this to your local Walmart, your local paint shop, and you're gonna have to get them to shake it up real good before you start even thinking about mixing this stuff together, because right now it's like mixing, you know how that organic peanut butter with the oil and the peanut butter in the bottom. It's like taking a spoon and mixing the oil and the peanut butter together. It's a slow process. I already done started it, so I'm gonna get it all good and stirred up. I guess I'm gonna be here a while, so once I get this crap mixed up, guys, and I get that 1-to-1 mix ratio going, and I get it in the paint cup, I'll be right back at you. Alright guys, so we got this epoxy primer mixed up. Let me tell you, it is thicker than a Snicker. That is in a can. Yeah, when you mix it 1-to-1 mix ratio, it thins on out, so you shouldn't need no reducer. It looks pretty sprayable, but when it's just in the can without the part B, it is pretty thick. I mean, it's like almost like having a gallon of latex paint that you're gonna roll on a wall. That's how thick it is. But we got it mixed up. We're gonna put it in our Harbor Freight paint gun. Gonna hook it up. I just put this adapter on there. Make sure I ain't got no leaks on the end. See how? Ooh-wee. Might have to readjust that, reassess that. That way I can regulate the air on it. It's just way too much air coming out of this. Alright guys, so this is about 48 to 72 hours after spraying the vehicle. I have already wet sanded it with about 400 grit. This epoxy primer, yeah, it's a pretty good sealer, but do expect to have to wait a couple of days if you end up laying it on too thick. I did spray this epoxy primer with, I want to say, a 1.8 tip. So it was a pretty large tip. It did put it on there pretty heavy. But as you can see, it's a real coarse. It's doesn't have many pores in it, so it will act as a good sealer. I'm sure there's probably better epoxies out there that do harden a lot quicker than this one. It was a 1-to-1 mix ratio. It's not hard to get that mix ratio correct. I mean, all you have to do is 50-50 mix, right? So I did everything by the book. This was one coat, one medium coat, and it should have been good and dried in 24 hours, but unfortunately it was about 48 hours when I really seen it starting to harden. So, but other than that, it does make a good sealer. And you know, this isn't my final priming coat. I am going to go over it with polyester resurfacer by Eastwood. So if you're interested in how that stuff is, stay tuned and we'll check it out together. So appreciate it guys for tuning in, and if you would just hit that like and subscribe button and check out some of my other videos.